Water first, and we're going to grab color. And now we have what we call wet and wet. We could add a second color, two colors, wet and wet, where the colors blend. Then we have dry brush. No extra water, you can draw designs. Then we're gonna go back to dry on wet. So we're going to add wet color, and then we're going to add dry brush over that. Single gradient color. You could do it two ways. You could add water first and then gradually add a second color from light to dark. So it can go dark to light and it bleeds out. You can do gradient double with two colors. Add one color and add second color. So they blend together. A flat wash is just one color with no extra water. Let's do some alcohol wash, where then you take the alcohol and splat it on the color to give it a special effect where the color disperses. Then we can do a salt wash, where you do the wash. You can do also double colors side by side on the color wheel, like blue and green, to create a new color. And then you can add the salt over that. So what it does is it crystallizes the color while it dries. Toothbrush splats, unfortunately I won't do today because I don't have any. I don't have the toothbrush with me, but it kind of gives it the splat effect like this. That's fine. You kind of lightly tap with the toothbrush. Instead, I'll just lightly tap with the brush itself. Paper blotting. Take a paper towel and put down the color. But then you can take the paper towel, crinkle it up, and then you can press on it to create different textures. Saran wrap or seal wrap. Put down the color or multiple colors. You can use your warm colors on the color wheel side by side, whether you're using oranges, reds, yellows. Think about your warm and cool colors. Which colors you can use together to make new colors, because as we know, if we mix yellow with red, we're going to get a fiery orange. Then you can get your saran wrap, crinkle it up, put it on the paper, let that dry. We'll do that for a few minutes, and it will create a new design as well for texture. Frisket wrap. Frisket is a clear film. It's just like tape. Any areas you want to white out or create interesting designs, you cut the frisket and peel it, put it on the area that you want remaining white, so that once you paint over it, it's called blocking the whites. This takes a minute to rip at it, unfortunately. Give it a wiggle. Okay. So if I put my frisket in this area and then paint over it, You can see that that area will remain white once we peel it. We can even wipe it and then peel it. Sea sponge effect. You can take the sea sponge, soak it in water, and then dip in multiple colors and add texture. Once even that texture dries, you could go back over it once it dries to add another layer. And remember, the one thing about the watercolors is you always want to work light to dark. You want to build up your colors. You don't want to do everything at once. You're not trying to color in dark. Crayon resist. You can use any colored crayons or just the white crayon to keep white areas. Once I draw these designs on there, I can put my colors right over that. And also those drawings I did will resist and show through. They come through. That's okay. The leaf texture I cannot do today because I don't have any leaves. So let's peel the frisket. Once I peel the frisket, now you can see where I left the white. So any white areas, and then saran wrap, you lift that and you see the dark and light textures. And that is your watercolor demonstration technique.